Oh, I have a few things that I want to share with you. Um, I also want to share a conversation that I had with my mom because it's really a a reflection or representation of everything that's happening with humanity and the way we are interacting with each other and the way we're all experiencing these moments, these times, individually, but also as a collective, and how we are working through this together, and how it affects us in our families, our friendships, and with just in general, just for ourselves. How is it that we're processing and choosing to navigate through these times? So I'll share that conversation, but first I want to bring some very important reminders up that Spirit's asking me to share with you guys right now. So Spirit has put it in my heart to remind you guys that if you have not already gathered your seeds, your preserves, to do that. Hopefully, those of you who have been following me since when all this started, almost 2 years ago, this is one of the first messages I had shared. I had asked that everybody start building, or if you have a yard, to start preparing the soil. This was a process. And then recently I had shared with you guys that Spirit was showing me that there was a window, that we're coming to a close with the window that we have to prepare and to really just do what we need to do. So now here we are. I'm hoping that everybody really paid attention and listened and took these messages in, because we are in a time where now is the time that you are going to need all the things, all the tools, all the guidance that Spirit has been bringing to you guys. As you guys have seen, you go to the stores and everything that I had told you guys was going to happen is pretty much here now. Everything has doubled, tripled in price, and there's very few things to choose from. So again, hopefully you guys started slowly with gathering your food and your seeds and preparing your soil, because all these things were going to be very important for where we're at now. So just reminding you that if you don't already have your garden boxes, to start building them. But then I spoke to my sister, and she's just really been just a blessing to have, so that we are able to echo and bounce back and forth and validate each other on the downloads that we receive. And this is what it's about. It's about having that support system, that community that I've been talking about. Well, she shared with me that we can also utilize buckets, the 5-gallon buckets, or plastic containers, which is something I had never even thought of or knew about, because one, again, I've never been the type of person to know how to grow anything. And so I'm learning. I am having to learn these things. And for those people that live in apartments or don't have a big garden and you have to improvise, well, she pretty much said, well, you can get the 5-gallon containers or the buckets and use that, and you can grow potatoes in there. You can grow different things. And it's way more feasible than building a garden box right now, because as you guys know, the materials to build anything nowadays is also very expensive. So these are things that are important to start implementing, really have handing out. The time is now for you to have everything already lined up. And then if you have a yard where you have enough space to share space with neighbors or friends, and you guys can come together and everybody just really put hard work into growing stuff that's important. Or if you can offer classes on how to grow stuff, please, it's time to do that. It's time to barter, pretty much. And again, this message had been one of the messages that came in like way back when this first started, and it may still be up. You can go back and check, and I had prophesied that we were going to come into a time where we're going to have to barter and really be a community to overcome these times. Well, we're here now, and Spirit really wants you guys to take this serious as far as being prepared. So if you haven't already started gathering your reserves, do it. Canned foods, of course, but those have a lot of preservatives. But of course, and during these times, we can't be picky. So part of the message is exactly that because they have really made it difficult for us to have the our essential needs and our survival needs met right now, that we're going to also need to learn how to improvise, how to be creative in how we eat, what we eat, as well as, like I said before, eat in smaller portions. Again, goes back to the fasting. So things like, if you go to the market and they don't have I guess something that you're used to having as part of your meal or to cook with, don't spin out. Remember, stay focused. This is what they want. They want us to go into a difficult place emotionally so that we can break. Don't do that. There's other options, and it's time to be creative. If all you have to eat for one day is a potato and a piece of bread, that's okay. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for that. And so just really know that, again, it's a spiritual attack. And as long as you are very well aware of the game and you're also very well connected to God, you are going to be fine. So it's about having awareness, being connected to your intuition and to what's going on, and then following the guidance on how to navigate through this. This is why I bring these messages. It's a way for you guys to really implement, not just listen to the message, but implement the messages that I'm giving you, and start preparing and really just, again, lining up your ducks in a row. And so the foods, going back to the foods, you go to the market. If they don't have your favorite rice, it's okay, get a different rice. It's about, just gathering things for this, time period that we're going in, that we are in. And being mindful, though, also being mindful, if you have the opportunity to choose foods that can be kept in a dry space and that will last for a long time, like grains, then choose that. And preferably grains that are enriched with vitamins, calcium, things that are going to benefit your body, and that you're going to not get ill, that your immune system's still going to be nice, healthy, and strong. So make sure that you're getting like the brown rice, chickpeas, lentils, that sort of stuff, along with your vitamins, making sure that you're stocked up on your vitamin C's, D's. You have your elderberries. I talked about all this in the past, but again, if you don't have time to watch back all the videos, this is why I refreshen some of these messages from time to time, because it's important to have these things available, or in your preserves. And then other than that, let's see, I believe that was it as far as the reminders go. And so the conversation that I will share with you guys really quickly, that I had with my mom, goes along with what I've been telling people about speaking up, standing in your power, doing the right thing versus doing what you're told, or not doing anything because you feel you're not going to make a difference, or no one's going to listen to you, or because you're afraid. And so, my mom had gone to visit family, and most of my family has unfortunately received the poison. Not my immediate family here, because I've been here and I've been the ones guiding them through all this. And at the very beginning, even my mom didn't believe anything that I was saying. She was like, "No, you're crazy. We need to follow the blah blah blah." And I kept showing her, and really, it didn't matter what she would tell me, like how she would put me down, and made me feel like, she just didn't believe what I was saying. I never gave up, and I kept saying, "No, you'll see." And so she finally came to a place where she believes, and she knows now that what I've been saying has been completely true all along, because I would share with her things that were going to happen, that I was prophesying and had not come true yet, and then they would come true. And then she finally started realizing that, okay, maybe she does have a gift, because she's always known that I've done healing work, but I've never shared with her that I have a gift. And so I finally came out and I told her, "No, Mom, God's putting this in my heart." And I started having all these dreams, and I was sharing with her, I just know that this is what God wants me to do, and I need to bring, the word of God to the people. And so she finally realized, okay, it's true. However, she still complies with when she goes out. And I understand she's in, 70 some, she's almost in her 80s, and she can't go out there and start arguing with people. I don't expect her to do that. But there's a part of her that still is very fearful of not following along, and she feels like, well, what is she gonna do? What is one person gonna do? And this is a lot of what people feel. They feel like, well, what are they gonna do? They can't convince anyone, and or their friends, family have completely abandoned them, have gotten angry at them, have just excluded them because of where they stand and what their truth is, and what the truth is that they can't see. So excuse me, I get it. I know that it's not easy to do this work, to shed light. It's draining, it's tiring. And the thing is she had gone to visit her family, and they asked, which are my cousins, her sister, and then they asked her, "Have you been jabbed?" And she said no. And they asked her, "Well, why not? Do you not believe?" Or I forgot what, I wasn't there, but she kind of just briefly shared. And then she just goes, "No, I just don't want to." Which I don't think it's right, for one, that anybody's asking whether you are or aren't, and making people feel just whatever people feel. I mean, for me, I've been asked, and it made me feel very uncomfortable. And the way it was asked, I felt attacked, and it's just not nice. And this is what's happening. We're going through this, people thinking that one is better than the other, or one is well, I don't have to explain it to you guys. You guys already know what's going on. But they made her feel this way. And I said, "Well, what did you say? Why didn't you tell them the truth? Tell them what I've been telling you, what I've been sharing with you." And so she goes into, "No, I'm not going to tell them anything. They already did it. What's the point? And they're not going to be convinced. I'm not going to change their mind." And I said, "But how do you know?" I said, "Yeah, you can't change what their decision has already, what they already did. That can't be changed, but there is information that you can share with them that will help them see the bigger picture, and then perhaps not encourage others to do it, or perhaps have them start doctoring themselves in a way where they're detoxing and trying to heal themselves back into health, into just clearing that out of their body. I said, there are things that you can share with them. And she's like, no, 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 because I just don't want to get into that with them. And, I don't want to get into arguments. And so people are going through this. And so the point I'm making here is that if you are someone that knows what's happening, but you're having the same feelings of, I don't want to be confrontational. I don't want to upset anyone. I don't want to this, or I don't want to that, or I'm just doing my job. I'm going to ask that you again look within, because what I told her, and then this really sat deeply with her, is I said, well, that's what everybody probably felt and said when Jesus was being crucified. There were so many people around him, knew it was wrong. They knew they should be speaking up. They knew they could have done something to help him. And yet they stood around and did nothing, absolutely nothing. And now that he's, gone, how is it that everybody goes to church and prays and in gratitude for sacrificing himself for us, for our freedoms, for our humanity, and, thank you for your sacrifice, when I'm thinking, well, he probably would have chosen to live had people stepped in and spoke up and did the right thing and not been afraid. Had everybody stuck together, then those few people that crucified him wouldn't have had a chance. And, now that he's gone, why are people now pleading and asking him for miracles when nobody stepped in and helped him? And when I said that, I know that it sat with her, because she's just kind of sadly looked down, and I wasn't trying to make her feel bad, but I'm just really wanted that awareness to come in her realize that right now she has an opportunity to make a difference, and that we're all being faced with the opportunity to make a difference and to help and to bring awareness, and that one day we're going to have to sit and come be face to face with our maker and answer, why didn't we serve him, her? Why didn't we really step into doing the right thing instead of what we're told, when knowing it's all evil and bad? Are we that afraid of the evil that we forget that God is more powerful, more loving, more just, everything that we're here to represent, and that with God, just really protecting us and guiding us, nothing could be against us. And, whatever is against us, we will be okay, regardless of the outcome. We will be okay, because we are surrounded with God's love. And so that's the way I see it. That's where I get my strength. When I'm exhausted and I don't want to do this anymore, I'm reminded I'm here to be of service. I'm here working, from a place of love. I'm here because, the kids need us to step in. I'm here because there's so many people that are, pretty much being murdered, and I'm not going to stand by and watch this happen. So that's where I get my strength. And I know not everybody's going to do it the way I'm doing it, but I'm just asking you to do something. So, that could be for you offering a class, as I said, offering a class on how to garden or grow, or offering, if you're a counselor, support services, just start really guiding community through all this, instead of just saying, my hands are tied, I can't, this is what I need to do. No, you don't need to do things, you're choosing to. And again, I say it with love. I say it in a way where I'm hoping that more of you will Step into your strength and your power, your medicine, because you have it, you all do. And once we realize this, this is when it's all done. This is when it stops. And this is when humanity is restored. So, yeah, other than that, please watch back the videos from the beginning, because it's, again, it's a lot of information, a lot of guidance, a lot of tools to help you understand where we're at and how to get through these times. So lots of love and blessings. Aho.